I know it's hard what I'm saying, but if you forgive and you look the future and you try to build capacity within your mind, your heart, and your soul, this is just something that makes you stronger. Even if very, very difficult moments came in my life, even from the age of 8, somehow education was always coming to remind me that I'm strong, that I'm worthy, and I can survive, and I can create beautiful things.
We often think that committing to a cause goes without saying, that it is natural, like an innate gift. The people you are about to hear from have all launched a non-profit organization that supports women in situations of vulnerability. For some, this commitment comes after a long journey. For others, it comes after an event that occurred in their lives, a specific experience, like a turning point, a revelation to oneself and to others. In co-production with the L'Oréal Fund for Women, Revealing tells the stories of those who contribute to change society every day. Elpida describes herself as someone who carries a scar, but she refuses that this traumatic experience defines her. As she recalls that education was a key for her to survive, and under the advice of Professor Muhummad Yunus, she founded Mexoxo to educate and connect thousands of underprivileged women all over the world.
I am Elpida Kokkota from Mexoxo. I was born in Greece, and I was raised by my mother and 4 other women, my grandmother, my aunt, my godmother, and my great-grandmother. So I was in a very female power environment all my childhood. I am the first person in the family to have higher education, master's degree, and I have an MBA. My mother will always put my education first, will take me to the best private school in Greece, to the best water polo team in Greece. So I was a championship in water polo. But I will tell you that she did that even if she didn't have money to buy me a chocolate from the grocery store, because all our money will go towards my education. And I value that a lot, and I think it made me very rich, not in terms of money, but in terms of values, and I never feel insecure because I carry in my head and in my soul everything I've learned, so I never feel that I cannot survive. When I was 8 years old, I was sexually abused. And, it was a trauma that I carried many, many years. And I think it will always be like when you are traumatized and there is a scar in your skin, there might always be this scar, but you will not always be hurt by this scar. So, let's move on. I know it's hard what I'm saying, but if you forgive and you look the future and you try to build capacity within your mind, your heart, and your soul, this is just something that makes you stronger. Even if very, very difficult moments came in my life, even from the age of 8, somehow education was always coming to remind me that I'm strong, that I'm worthy, and I can survive, and I can create beautiful things. My survival had to do with the way that education and sports saw me to deal with life. I have a goal. It's a survival kit to educate yourself and to have targets, goals, and dreams. Look up the sky. I say that every time. When you walk on the street, look up the sky, because you can see the bigger thing than you are. I was working in Boston for half price. It is actually the world's largest student competition for social good, and I met Muhammad Yunus, Nobel Peace Prize for the creation of the Bank for the Poor, and I was fascinated by him, by his mind, by his gentleness. He had a grace. He was a graceful human being. I sent him a message and I said, Professor Yunus, could you become my mentor? No response for a day. Second day, no response again. I say I will follow up in a couple of weeks. So I followed up, and he responds, I'm sorry, I don't have time, was the first message. You know how the messages are coming first and then the other one. And then thank God I see that, he's writing. The second message was, but I will be in Washington, D.C. for 3 days. And if you want, you can follow me in all the meetings I have there. And, stay quiet and listen and learn and absorb the learnings. So I said yes. And I went to Washington, D.C. When I arrived in the airport, he was like, I can't believe you came. And I spent 6 months traveling with him and his team all over the United States and just listening. And he said, Elpida, why don't you do what you love, finally? And I did. I dropped my job in Boston, well-paid job, you can imagine, after an MBA. And I moved to Tijuana, Mexico, like a border city. And I found the paradise. Mexoxo was founded in 2013, and I began Mexoxo there. The mission is to empower, educate, and connect women among them so they can achieve socioeconomic growth. We are currently active in more than 16 countries, and we have supported 26,000 women up to today. So Mexoxo comes from me, myself, and XOXO, that means hugs and kisses. So with that, we want to symbolize that the first step to success and to happiness is to love yourself. Our model is that we partner with high-quality academia institutions like Cornell University or Google certifications and others from around the world. So we offer to all the women globally free complementary education, high quality. We do that also with local partners. So in each country, we have a strategic partner, local nonprofit organization that we work with them. Basically, what we have done is we have created a system, we call it Break Your Ceiling, that it helps women to create the resilience and to find the tricks to navigate their life and their careers. And secondly is education, is a little hard skills. So for example, we offer IT certifications, UX, UI, project management. We have 1,100 courses that we offer, from leadership to management to psychology, whatever, like accounting or finance or whatever the woman needs to learn in order to move to the next step. Finally, what we have done, we have the application, and it works like dating, but for different reasons. So, for example, we have women from India or from Kenya who are artisans and are selling their stuff, and we have women in Canada or the United States or other countries who want to buy artisanal products. So they are matched. So the woman from Kenya can now sell in the woman in Canada and create a socioeconomic growth for herself. L'Oreal Fund for Women was a great milestone in our growth because most than anything else, it was that we had aligned vision, aligned values, so we walk on the same path of impact. Immediately, we were a match, so we created this program where this year we supported 20,000 women in Kenya, Mexico, Greece, and India. They enable us to do the next big step in terms of mass impacting women, vulnerable women around the world. So we're very honored and humbly proud about that. And I'm very, very happy that this tool is in the hands of women, and mostly they can connect among them and create growth opportunities. Maureen is one of these women. She started from Kenya, her life in Kenya, and she left there. She left because it was very hard, and she was trying to find a better future for herself and her children. She came in Greece, and last year she joined Mexoxo. From the moment she joined Mexoxo, she got a promotion at her work. She attended more than 157 digital education, hours of digital education, and 60 hours of lectures. And now she's an ambassador for us, for Kenya, so we're going to go together back and do great stuff for the country as well. And she did all that. I mean, she had 2 children, she had all these hours of education and attendance, and her job, big job, corporate job nowadays. You know, you see the strength on these women's hearts, and you are like, okay. With role models as Maureen, different communities become more visible, and that's why we wanted her to be an ambassador, so to show the road to other women in Greece how to be like Maureen. When a woman becomes a role model, what we have seen all these years, not that her life is changing, her community's life is changing, because she walks in this path, and other women want to become like her, or children growing up, boys and girls looking women like her as heroes. So it's great to have these examples in the society, because we all hope that we have a better place in the future. I believe that this word represents what these women going through, and I've seen it with my own eyes. So resilience means if you can imagine something, that you can do something, then you can do it. And even if the worst thing happens to you throughout life, you can move on, and you can still do what you have in your heart. And I'm not saying that from a position of safety or from a comfort zone, because I have been in very difficult moments in my life. And also, I've seen women to do that. I've seen women who started from slums. They had nothing. They were very abused, and now they are in leadership positions, and they're showing the path. So I truly believe that human beings, and especially women, have a very, very, very strong power inside their souls. Personally, I have a new goal that says 5 million women by 2030. Whew! I don't know, we'll see. This is the goal, and let's do it. We can do it alone. We're very glad for our partnerships, our local partners in India and Kenya, soon in Pakistan, in Rwanda, and all together we can achieve change. And I think what is very important in my spiritual mentor told me about that a few days ago, because I go through a very difficult moment with health, my mom's health. So he said, Elpida, it's very easy to become a saint, but it's much more difficult and challenging to become a real human. And go for that. So I'll say that to everyone, because we need to be humane. We need to love our race, so our race will love us back. I couldn't be more, I'm getting emotional, more honored, and it's a life mission for me. It's not a job, it's not a business, it's not the founder, it's not the pictures, it's not all this. It keeps me alive. I thank the divine, I thank whatever brought me to this path, and I thank all these women who trust us, because I know they trust us for their future, and they trust us for their careers and their businesses and their sustainability, and I take a big responsibility for that.